Hey guys, Jeb here. Today I'm going to be giving you a short look at our Star Augur kill. I currently hold rank 1 in A on this fight at the time of recording this video. It's not from this pull, it's from last week's. So this pull, we were very surprised it ended up being a one-shot, so I'm just going to show you how well it went. Here I'm going to be running a normal Soul Conduit build, just Malefic Grasp and Siphon Life and just going to town. You'll notice I just do my normal rotation of just doing the first 3 dots and then doing my, once again, just doing my Agony, Corruption, and Siphon Life. For conjunction, I'm making sure I'm looking around, finding the target that I have, and then just running into them. For this boss, you kind of want to save your cooldowns to push the phases. The ones that are really important is on the second Frost Nova, right after he's going to cast his injections. So we always make sure that we dump as much damage to, just to pass that point. On this phase, the Frost phase, you want to make sure that you're spread out for the conjunctions that are going to be coming up. You'll see that we have one coming up in 2 seconds, so everyone's a little bit spread out. Ejections, you just run to the outside of the room, because at the end of the ejection on this phase, it ends up dropping a little pylon that stuns you if you stand near it. So you'll see as soon as I drop it, I run away from it. I make sure that I'm spread out again, because once again, you kind of don't like standing too close to people. Keep that as a habit. Didn't nearly need to, but we did it anyways. You see Frigid Nova coming up, so we end up moving in. If you're out by yourself, you're going to get one shot. So we end up having everybody together. You cast Nova, and then we all move out again. You see me reset kind of close to the pylon. I always play as close to it as I can to leave room for the other injections to get out. And then you'll see that Grand Conjunction's coming out in 6 seconds, so all of us are going to be kind of shimmying as far away from each other as we can, because we know it's going to be coming out and it's going to be a little bit hard to deal with. You'll see that we almost get too close during Grand Conjunction. We move apart. I ended up being the partner anyway, so we tap each other, and then we just go back to it. That's basically Frost phase. You're just trying to push the phase as fast as you can. You'll see here that when he actually starts to cast his Frigid Nova, we all move in and push the phase. We don't want those next injections, so we just sink as much damage into it as we can. We're still holding hero. We still hero in phase 3. Still make sure that we're doing it for the execute. So you'll see me do a gigantic dump here, because at 60% he transitions, so I ensure that we are hitting that transition phase. So now we're doing another traversal. This one is a little bit hard for ranged. On this phase on Mythic, there's these little circles that drop of comets, and when they hit the ground, they're going to leave basically a giant fell puddle. So when you get the injections, you want to make sure that you're dropping them in that circle before the comet comes down and hits you. It's very slow moving, so you'll kind of see what I mean. I always position myself kind of close to it just in case. You'll see I see one at the back, so I run straight to it, drop my injections in there, and then as soon as it's over, I move out. In general, with fell ejection, you want to be making straighter lines to the boss, but when meteors are when meteors are coming down, you always adjust, because you know that spot's going to be filled anyways. You'll notice here that I kind of mess up and take one tick stack of Fell Flame, but I sit there draining a little bit longer than I normally would, so I can heal through it and not stress out our healers. I stand here at the back, make sure I'm spreading out all over, just so that when Grand Conjunction comes out, I can make sure that I'm not touching anyone so we don't instantly blow up. Luckily I didn't get a sign anyway, so I got to sit here DPSing and just focusing on boss. On this phase, it does push at 30%, so here is where we're going to start doing a really greedy push. We have a really clean room right now. Our Monk Tank is doing an extremely good job solo tanking and clearing it. So you see me there, I'm doing it in a line. I'm making sure people can get out for Fell Nova. For Fell Nova, basically, if you're here or closer, you're going to die. So you make sure that you're out. Make sure that other people on your team have avenues to get out. And you'll see me here do a little bit of a cheeky play. You can actually jump over the Fellfire to not take a stack. So I go close to Strong Wizard. We touch each other. Oh, that's Serbi. I go close to Serbi. I take a stack. We touch each other, and then we just sit here DPSing through it. We know that there's not going to be too much. Our fell ejections are going to fade as soon as the boss hits 30%. So we sit here and hard DPS it, and we don't play too carefully. So in the last phase, it gets a little bit crazy. I did really well on this pull, but I actually usually will run Burning Rush. I was really greedy, and I ran for the extra healing because I wanted to see if I could get away with it. Luckily I can. You see me spinning around here looking for the eye. There's going to be an eye that spawns out in the middle of space. He actually puts a giant AoE in the center of the room. So as soon as that comes out, you want to make sure you're not standing in that so that you can continue doing your DPS. You see me making sure that I'm dotting up the voidlings. That's because I want the other stacks of the of my damage buff or Ethic Consumption, and then as soon as the ad spawns, I turn onto it to get a kill on it. Once again, I turn, make sure my Agony is still on the boss, and then I spread for Grand Conjunction that comes right after the first witness. You see me looking for the crab. He's running away from me, so I have to look even further. I notice that there's another guy over here. We touch, we go back to spreading out. After this, we notice that there's going to be another eye, so I go find it. I see it in the corner of my vision. I know it's going to come out there, so I run to the side that he's not going to be at, and I just sit here hard DPSing. This is where we hero because there's a lot of downtime here, so you'll see me second pot and pot it, like use everything I have, just doing the normal rotation. Nothing too crazy. This is where the fight kind of calms down. You know, you just make sure you're dotting up your ads, just like you normally would. Another ad comes out here soon, like one of the big ads. So we turn onto that and we make sure we kill it. But during this phase, it's honestly just a bunch of standing around, dotting up the little ads, and then just going as hard as you can onto Augur. So as the thing that should not be comes out, we pump as much damage into it as we can because we don't want the second witness to come out. We turn around, we notice Grand Conjunction is coming out, so we're spread. And I'm going to immediately look for who I'm attached to. So I immediately go, I was very lucky, the guy was, Serbi was right next to me, he had the star, so I ran right to him. Very easy time. I know his witness is coming out, I turn around, the ad actually dies before, and I just pump as much damage into him as I can. This is once again another part of the fight where it really slows down. So we just start to hard DPS the boss. It's very clean. You see me hitting up to 900k damage. This is a very clean pull for me. Not as good as my world first, but still very strong. Thanks guys for watching my Star Augur kill. If you guys want more questions or you want to ask me how positioning, mechanics, anything in this works, just let me know. Leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. And yeah, that's it. Have a great day, guys.